Changing the way you feel and perform, one habit at a time. Hey and welcome to today's competence video with us at Goat Factory. My name is Adrian and together with me is my colleague, Coach Martin. We talk a lot about habits and how important it could be, but why do they matter?
Well, it matters because it's what we do every single day that impacts our health. So if we, for example, in the morning we wake up late, we might be stressed for the rest of the day. So the small things that we do every single day is what's going to lead to the results, to our health.
So if it comes like one day here and there that we sleep in or even sleep too long, how can we use our habits in order to kind of change that trend for that day?
Well, of course, if you mess up one thing, it's not going to ruin the whole day, but you just have to pick yourself back up and then, okay, I missed drinking water in the morning. It's not a big deal, but you can maybe drink it for lunch, or I maybe missed brushing my teeth this morning. Okay, I'll do it right before or right after I eat lunch. So don't put yourself in a bad spot and feel like, okay, I messed this up. Okay, the rest of the day is ruined. I can still get back at it. I can still get in some extra movement in the later of the day. So I get into the good mood of doing good stuff that's good for my health.
Of course, it's more like getting the consistency in it,
exactly,
and not at this specific time and so on. Then of course, routines can help.
Yeah.
But our habits is more about being consistent.
Of course, and we're not perfect. It's not like there's someone that's doing every single thing perfectly right. Like if you miss something, you start over and then you get back right to it. Okay, so but changing habits doesn't take overnight. How long does it take to change a habit?
Well, the most common number that we hear in social media and so on is about 21 days. But more studies have come out that it differs. It's from 18 days to 254 days.
Yeah.
And it's but how can this difference be? Well, it has to do with the complexity of it. If it's something that's very small, let's say a person that is already active would like to add an extra glass of water every lunch. The step to that is not that big. Therefore,
it's a simple thing to do.
It doesn't take that many days in order to become a habit.
So if you do that for 21 days, it could be
21 days.
Yeah,
absolutely. Could go less.
Yeah,
could take some few more. Yeah. So it's an estimate.
It's not going to be 2 years.
No. But if it's someone that has never done, someone that's never worked out before, ever, and they decide, okay, I'm going to the gym 4 times a week, and they just start like that, it's not going to take 21 days.
It's going to take a lot of effort.
It's going to take a lot of effort, because as soon as you get that kind of backlash, like you miss a day or something, it's going to be harder to get back up until we get to that point where it's more natural.
So if that person for the first 2 weeks only does 3 workouts, is it okay, this habit is ruined, or should you keep going?
Great question, because it's not, of course. If your goal is 4, your goal is always going to be 4.
Yeah.
So 3 is always going to feel less. But you have to kind of see, what did I start with? What steps am I taking to get there? And is it even possible that 1 week I'll do 4, maybe even 5 or whatever? But the most important thing is that it happens over time. It's consistent, and we take whatever consequences there is when we miss it. Because that's one thing as well that we take responsibility for. And if we miss it, it's I missed it, and just don't go oops, I missed it, and then
you only
don't
did
think
2.
more about it. Yeah, exactly. Because if you only did 2, but you really tried, you can always rethink your habit or rethink your goals and whatever routines necessary in order to tackle it further on. Because that's important too. Putting unrealistic goals is very hard to live up to as well.
Yeah, you might realize that, wow, 4 workouts a week is super tough because I have 3 kids, I'm sleeping 5 hours. Okay, maybe this is too tough right now, but once in a while, once after 1 year, maybe I have more sleep, I have the better prerequisites to get in for workouts. But right now, it's going to be tough. But still, 2 workouts a week is way better than skipping the goal completely.
Just like you said, Martin, when we're a year in and we've maybe built up to twice a week, we still have that goal of 4, but we've built up to twice a week. Then going from 2 to 3 is a lot smaller than the initial 0 to 4. So whatever prerequisites we set during that year helps us getting better and better and better, of course. But there's something that's called, the invisible phase. What does that even mean?
Like you said, it could be 21 days, it could be up to, what did you say,
254.
Yeah, so it means that there's a period in the time when you start a new habit where you don't feel anything happen. So let's say we say habit, okay, start drinking 2 glasses of water in the morning. and you do that for the next 3 days, and you feel like, I don't feel any difference. That's the invisible phase, when you start a new habit and you're not feeling any change. So what does that mean? Does it mean to give up? It means that you have to keep going, because it's going to take a while for you to start feeling the results of that new habit.
Yeah. Habits are not as simple as, okay, I put it on my to-do, I did it, and I checked it off.
Yeah, it's not a quick fix. It's not like you brush your teeth once and they're clean.
No. It's something we have to continuously do.
Yeah.
Sometimes we don't see the efforts of it. And it's important to realize that whatever you're doing, changing your habits, even if you're like mentally prepared for it, your body needs to adapt as well.
Yeah.
So once it gets those 2 glasses of extra water, it's like, what am I supposed to do with this? And unless it gets it often enough, it'll actually starting those processes and making sure that you'll actually feel better. And that's, well, like you said, you don't feel any difference until all of a sudden it shifts.
And do most people fail during the invisible phase, or do they make it through?
Most people fail.
Yeah.
They fail completely because they're expecting results directly, and that's not something that helps build something in the long term. It's not a lottery ticket where you just scratch it and you see it directly.
Well, I wish it was like.
Of course, but we don't work that way.
Yeah.
We've been building habits since we were born. We just don't realize that are habits building. Because like you said, you had an example with brushing your teeth. When you're a kid, your parents first brushes the teeth for you. And then you start getting older, you want to hold it yourself, and you go like, okay, it's my turn. But then they nag, obviously. I remember when I didn't like to get my teeth brushed. But then they nag, and then you do it, and they nag, and do it. And all of a sudden, that's a part of your routine. That's a part of like your lifestyle. That is your hygienic level now.
Yeah, taking care of your body,
Absolutely.
your teeth.
That goes with changing to going to bed, changing clothes to go to school.
Yeah.
It like all starts, but it starts somewhere. But you don't think of the little kid as like, okay, do it for 21 days. No, you just do it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it sticks.
So let's say I'm in the starting phase of building a new habit, and I want the habit to stick, but I have a tough day or something. Is it important to skip that tough day, or what should I do?
Well, the easy answer is, well, that tough day is the exact time and place when you have to do it.
Yeah.
When you push through, when you do the inconvenient thing.
I can't just do it when it's easy.
No, it's a lot easier to do everything when the stars are aligned and the sun is out and so on. It's when you're really tired, maybe you even already went to bed and you're snugged up in your duvet and you're like, oh, I forgot that. And then you make the choice. Do I just turn over, or do I go up and actually pull through? Well, there's a bunch of tools.
Yes.
And we have a little bit of a library where it comes to habits. Would you explain more?
So like you said, we have the Goatness app, and in the Goatness app, it's different parts. We have reflection, we have workouts, we have meals, but we also have, like you said, we have a part with habits. So in our habits, you can find our daily habits. It could be from month to month, different type of habits. It could be going and see the sunlight. It could be some type of gratitude thing. We also have a habit library with a bunch of habits you can pick and choose from. And if you want, you can also just create your own. So you can take whatever you have and just write it and put it in there.
Well, that's good because, well, some habits are very personal or
even
custom made. Well, if you'd miss it, how do you follow it up?
So for me, how I use it is that at the end of the day, I go to my habits part. I have a bunch of habits that I've written down. And then I go through it. Okay, I did this. I checked that off. Okay, I missed this. Either it's something super simple that I just go and do. Like drinking a glass of water. Okay, I missed that. I'm just going to do it. Just I'm building myself up. I feel that this is something I need for my momentum. And if it's something I missed, then I know, okay, wow, I missed this. I'm going to put extra effort on it the day after. So it might be the first thing I do in the morning, or there's something that I put in my calendar to remind myself.
All right. Oh, so you even get like notifications.
Exactly. So in the app, I can choose when I get my notifications, if it's at 10 p.m. or if it's at around lunch. So
all right. So you can like catch up in case that, well, you need some time to finish.
It's going to remind me.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, appreciate you sharing the tips, and of course about how we can work with our habits and how important it is for us, obviously. So there you have it. Habits is something that we build over time. It's very important to focus on the small things in order to get the big changes. Make sure to check out the Goatness app, and you can find it everywhere where apps are. And stay tuned next week for another episode with us. And until then, take care.